Today what we're going to do is we're going to take what we learned yesterday and add one more step. So let's review first what we did yesterday. So remember, our main goal is to make sure first our variables are all lined up. So your x's are lined up, your y's, your equal signs, and your answers. Then you have to look to see what variable can I eliminate, which one can I get rid of. And now in this problem, you have to have matching coefficients, so the number in front, so those don't match. But these do, they're both 1. 1 is positive, 1 is negative. Therefore, we can put a box around them saying that these are the ones I'm going to eliminate when I add together my two equations. So 2x plus 4x is 6x. 0 plus 12 is 12. So here we're going to divide by 6 to solve for x because that's the only variable we have left, and we have x equals 2. From this point, just like we did in substitution, we're going to take this equation and this answer, and we're going to substitute it back into one of the equations. So here we have 2 times 2, because x is 2, minus y equals 0. 2 times 2 is 4. When you subtract 4, you get negative y is equal to negative 4. Now this negative y, you can't have the negative, so we have to divide by a negative 1. And what happens is those negatives will cancel out on both sides, so y is 4. So remember, we always write our answer as an ordered pair. X comes first, then y, and that is your answer. So that's what we did yesterday. Today, if we cannot find a variable to cancel out, we are allowed to multiply a whole equation to get the variables to cancel out. So look here. Our coefficients, the numbers in front of our x's, do not match. Neither do the ones in front of the y's. Okay? So I'm going to try and get rid of the y's only because 1 is negative. Okay? I could do the same for the x, but I'm going to try and get rid of the y's. So in this problem, I need somehow this to become 3. So you are allowed to multiply the whole equation by 3. Okay, not just the first two, but the answer as well. So you have to distribute this in 3 times. So when you rewrite this, you would have 3x, because 3 times x is 3x, plus 3y is equal to negative 27. Okay, and then rewrite your second equation so it lines up underneath it. 2x minus 3y is equal to 2. And if you notice, now your y's are ready to be canceled, and it's going to solve just like we did before. So when you add your like terms, you have 5x is equal to negative 25, and then divide by 5, and x equals negative 5. So we're going to take this and we're going to substitute it back into one of the original equations. So I'm going to put it right back into the top equation here for x. So whenever you see an x, you put negative 5 plus y equals negative 9. Since 5 is negative, you're going to add 5 to both sides. And you get y equals negative 4. So this answer is negative 5, negative 4. This next example, 4 and 3 do not match. Here you have 1 that's blank, and then a 2. So again, we're going to try and get rid of the y's. Now you can always get rid of the x's too, that is allowed. These two examples just happen to be y's. So what would we need to multiply the whole top equation by in order for our number in front to match? If this is 1, 1 times what number will give you 2? If you said 2, you're correct. So we're going to distribute to all three, even the answer. So 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times negative 1y is negative 2y. 2 times 14 is 28. And then rewrite your second equation. And you can see that your y's again are going to be the ones that will cancel when you add this together. So 8 plus a negative 3 is 5x. 28 minus 3 is 25. When you divide by 5, x equals 5, positive. So again, we're going to take this and substitute it back into one of your original equations. I always go to the top, it's just habit. So whenever we see an x, we're going to put a 5. 4 times 5 is 20. When you subtract 20 from 14, you get negative y is equal to negative 6. Again, we can't have that negative 1y, so we have to divide by negative 1, and that means your negatives will cancel, so y is 6. So this answer is 5, 6. So remember, always look to see which equation can you multiply in order to get that variable to cancel out. Okay, and remember when you multiply, you don't just multiply that one variable, you have to multiply every single thing in that equation to keep it balanced. So try your in-class practice, have your teacher check it, and good luck.